We are back. Um, yeah, Monday the 6th, back to trading, back to normal schedule. I've been to the gym this morning. Um, so yeah, first things first, Discord server is up and running. If you follow me on X, you would know. The link will be in the description. This is it, really, at the minute. Let me know if there is anything I could add, you know, any ideas. It is obviously very new, so we'll see how it goes. Um, that's just a quick thing I wanted to say. Second thing, I am trading on my XFA, which is currently at minus $331, up from 784. It started at zero, got up to there, and it's been a long time since I've traded it properly, and on its own. Can't go below minus 12.15, so I've got about $850 left of the account. The combine that I had active on Top Step X, I cancelled it because it was going to renew December 25th, and I was $200 in profit, and I wasn't going to trade it until today anyway. So that's what, another 2 weeks. I'm not paying $50. I'm not paying $50 to not trade it for another 2 weeks and only keep $200 profit. So I cancelled it, which is fine. But I'm just focusing on this active funded account because what's the point buying a new challenge if I can't scale a past one? So there's that. Now, moving into how I'm looking at the market pre-market, there is a daily imbalance we've just come into, but I'm not giving much value to it because on the 4 hour we came down, took out sell side, put in an SMT, and then we had a 4 hour change in the state of delivery. There has been displacement. Higher time frame, I am bullish. The higher time frame draw on liquidity is this high, I believe, because we have had our sell side of the curve down to sell side, and then our buy side of the curve is playing out now, and that means the high time frame draw on liquidity is higher. This buy side level, we expect this daily imbalance to be ran through. So I'm only looking for longs. Now, obviously, I would have liked to have seen a pullback already to this 4 hour imbalance. We haven't really had that, so we're not going to come back to this, I don't think, today. But there's every reason to be short today. I think being short isn't really a bad idea because we are very overextended. You know, we haven't had a pullback yet on this leg up. We never pulled back to change in the state. We never pulled back to an imbalance. We just ran higher. So a part of me is like, right, we could go down this session on the bigger time frame because the draw still could be higher, but like the bigger time frame could look something like that first. You know, for the model to play out, trading this retrace. But you have no idea how big this retrace is going to be. So I am not going to be shorting today. There's every reason that could happen, and that's fine. I'm aware of it, but I would not like to trade that because the higher time frame draw is bullish. The only way I'd trade that is if there was a 1 hour change in the state, but not a 4 hour, like a 1 hour displacement through a low. That would be enough for me to short down to equilibrium of the entire 4 hour range, if that makes sense. But in the meantime, I am not giving value to it. What I do want to see though is moves lower. For the market to move higher, it must move lower first. For the market to move higher, it must move lower first. So I would want to see some manipulation lower. On the 5 minute, we have already had an SMT put in place, and then a 5 minute change in state, and we've held this 5 minute imbalance for now. But I don't like trading pre-market. I never have. It doesn't sit right with me. I tend to just block out the pre-market noise. So yeah, we did pull into this 1 hour imbalance, you know, SMT at the low, change in state. Imbalance is holding, so that could be the setup, but I don't care because that's not how I trade. I'm not going to care about it if it does be the setup. It's not how I want to trade. I would like to see at open at least just take this low again, come back to this 1 hour imbalance. I mean, if we are bullish and the draw is up here, we have no reason to run through any of these imbalances. This should just hold. So I'd like to see maybe a wick down to this south 15-minute low right here. But yeah, we are extremely overbought anyway, so a move lower is to kind of to be expected, a pullback at some point, maybe off this daily imbalance. You don't know. But for me, what I want to see is, you know, a big wick down, and then us to hold that. This is our internal model. We can align the internal model with the external buy side of the curve as well. Whoa. There we go. That is what I'm looking at. That's what I want to see. I want to see us sell off at open. You know, hold a higher time frame imbalance. We have got a 4-hour imbalance, could be opening up at 10 a.m. So you could wait for that as well. There is 9:45 news. Not worried about these yellow folders. That's how I'm seeing the market going into open. And yeah, I'll catch you guys when I won, lost, or not taken a trade. Peace. Okay, so as you can see, I'm logged into Tradeovate on my funded account, and no trades were taken. Nothing struck out to me. Nothing screamed at me that was super duper clear to take. So I didn't take anything. It's that simple. It wasn't super clear. Didn't take anything. It's literally right as I ended the other part, instantly had a sell-off down to that sell side level, and an SMT was put in place. So ES didn't take it. NQ did. If we look at NQ, you see we took it by literally a tick on micro NQ. We made equal lows with it. So I went ahead and marked it as an SMT because ES is nowhere near it. NQ took it. And that was what I wanted to see. I was now ready to take a long because I'd seen that manipulation lower. Very clear manipulation lower into an area we expect to reject from, a 1 hour imbalance. We also held this 1 hour imbalance as well. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. And then that was pre-market. And then right at open, literally the open candle gave the 1 minute change in state delivery. This is the move lower. And also the 5-minute candle right before open inverse this 5-minute bearish imbalance. We closed above it. Then literally right at open, we pulled back and pulled back into it. Literally the open candle was the retest of the 5-minute inverse. And then the 1 minute change in state, then we pulled back to that as well. I didn't know where to put my stop at all in any of this, which is why I didn't take a trade. You know, it wasn't clear. There was no clear internal model for me to take. And also here, I wouldn't know where to have targeted because the only high we've got right here was taken at the open candle as well. And then we've just got this massive daily imbalance, which we have ran through as I assumed we would. And what I would have wanted to see happen did happen. It just wasn't clear, and that's fine. So no setup was there for me, so I didn't take a trade. The only really clear thing was that 5-minute inverse, but I didn't really like it. It was clear accumulation, manipulation, distribution as well. I had marked out the -2 to 2.5 standard deviation projection that has yet to be hit. But there was really nothing. There was then the 5-minute change in state right here, and then also the 15-minute change in state right here, and also a 5-minute imbalance, 5-minute breaker. And I was like, wow, I want to see us at least come back down to one of these changing states, you know, hold an imbalance, then look for a 1 minute entry. That didn't happen either. I saw we put in this high and I had a 1 minute change in the state. So then at this point, I was thinking, right, we can have something like this now, you know, and trade back to that internal buy side level. That didn't happen either. The only bit we got was this 15-minute imbalance opened up at 10 a.m. And then we literally came down into it at 10:11. There was an SMT right here. But again, that's not something that I want to take because I'll have to target like here anyway. And what the change in state didn't happen till there. And then the 1 minute imbalance got filled. There, so like after the internal buy side has been taken, where do you target off of this? The top of the imbalance, it just doesn't work out. That's not a trade I want to take. It's not high quality, it's not clear. It's not a trade I'd like to take, which is why nothing was taken, which is absolutely fine. So it is what it is. That is the first day back. The account obviously is still the same, minus 331. I take this day as a win because my first day trading in what, 2 weeks, and I didn't force an entry. I didn't FOMO in. I just let it be. And I'm proud of myself for that because normally after a break or even after the weekend, I just get angsty on the Monday. So did the right things today. My outlook and my bias was correct. I wanted to see this get ran through, which has now happened. I wanted to see a sell-off before, a move lower, manipulation lower. That happened right before open. But there just wasn't a clear trade for me to take. I mean, look at this price action. It's just horrible. So no trade was taken, which is a-okay. You know, it's a no trade. It's a no trades, but good habits. I think we did everything right today. Everything right, and that is completely fine. So, no complaints. No complaints in the slightest. So, my throat is still really sore. That is a trade recap. No trade was taken. Discord server is open. Link in the description. And that being said, peace.